It's 11:27 Central Africa time. We did say we were going to have a conversation with the Gauteng MEC for Transport and Logistics, Kedibone Diale Tlabela. She is here in studio with us this morning to speak all things transport and logistics for the Gauteng province. We have questions and I'm sure you do as well. But first, thank you so much for taking your time. We know you are very, very busy, MEC. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you, Palesa and Benjamin, and as well as your listeners, wherever they are. Good morning to everyone.
Well, we've just come from a very, very beautiful Easter weekend. I know it's a very busy time for someone like yourself as the MEC for Transport and Logistics, making sure that people not only travel safely to their destinations, but also return safely. How has that period that just, ended right now for you? And, how were roads looking in the Gauteng province post the Easter weekend?
It has been a hectic, a long weekend for us as a provincial government, but also as the transport sector. And it's a norm that during an Easter weekend like the one that we just coming from, a long weekend, month end,
Yes,
where everyone will travel in and outside Gauteng. And unfortunately for us, the numbers of road fatalities are not reducing the way we would want them to be. And you have seen us with the minister also launching road safety campaigns for the Easter weekend. And one thing that we're still struggling with as people, as a society, is for all of us to take responsibility on road safety. And
yes.
The behaviors still continue despite the messages that all of us, including the partners that we work with and different stakeholders that we work with on road safety, the messages we send out, people still drink and drive, people still drive recklessly and affect others. I mean, those who are mostly affected, you'll find that it's elderly people, it's young children, and they are not drunk. The only driver that is drunk causes those road fatalities. And we're appealing to society that they partner with all of us and we create an appeal to everyone who is a motorist to really take this serious. We're losing a lot of lives, and this is affecting us as a society.
Well, it has been a really busy weekend, and as we just said, and you're right. I mean, we all have a responsibility to assure our safety on the roads, alongside all the campaigns that you guys have to assure that we are safe and we are well looked after, especially at a big, busy time like Easter. But that time is up now. There are a lot of conversations that we're going to be having today about the Gauteng province and our roads and infrastructure. But for now, let's go to our latest business news with Thabiselo Hoko. We have the Gauteng MEC for Transport and Logistics in studio with us, and we're going to have lots of conversations with her after this. Speaking to us about all things Gauteng transport this morning. Of course, we started off on the note of a post-Easter weekend. Things always are not looking good on the roads after that particular weekend, seeing that, people still want to drink and drive. People still want to drive recklessly. But there are so many other things that we need to touch on when it comes to new innovations in our Gauteng transport systems and some older innovations that we're seeing being phased out, like the etolls. Recent news saying that, well, etolls are no longer going to be a thing. Benjamin seems happy about that particular one. Tell us about that decision to finally remove etolls. Of course, it's been sort of years in talks on whether or not this is beneficial for the Gauteng province.
Thanks very much. I think, Palesa, you would know that all of us in Gauteng did not want etolls.
Yeah.
And this started as from different community-based organizations, political parties, more especially the ANC itself in Gauteng, did not want the etolls. And as a provincial government, we worked together with those different stakeholders and appealed to our national government that etolls in Gauteng are a strain to us as individuals who reside in this province. And we have presented a case to them, and we are happy that to an extent that they listened. I think I was talking to Minister of Finance that This has been an issue tracking for quite some time, and thank you very much to him and the minister, the current Minister of Transport, to push it through to where we are today. It was a thing of the past. The countries are going to be switched off. The Gazette is on. I think it's going to be switched off on the 11th.
They say the deadline is the 11th of April.
Yeah, the deadline is the 11th of April.
Yeah.
Correct. You are correct, Benjamin. And the issue is now, as a provincial government, we need to pay off the 30% debt, which is around 12.9 billion that, as a provincial government, we need to pay. And the team led by Premier Panyaza Lusufi is working on the technicalities thereof. Remember, for national government to then gazette, we had to put up a plan before them. How are we going to be servicing our debt? And we have done that. We have satisfied the National Treasury in that. And the team led by MEC Mama Bolom, MEC for Finance, is now finalizing how are we going to be paying off the debt itself. We are looking at various mechanisms, but the provincial government will, on behalf of people of Gauteng, handle the matter.
I mean, let's be honest, the etolls were a big flop. How did that happen? Because when you consider now the cost of the province, it's a lot. What lessons have you learned from the province from that failure?
Remember, in 1994, there was a pronouncement that ours is a public participatory democracy. And that was the only flop with the etolls. I don't think there was extensive consultation with ordinary citizens, especially people of Gauteng. These are national roads, but then we had to be the only ones who pay for them. And whether the decision or whether the solution was the right one or a wrong one, but what I can pick up was, as I came into this role, was that there was less consultation with the people. And look, there are other stakeholders now who are saying this was beneficial to us. Those who are in big business, transport business. It was beneficial because they were able to track down their transport, where they are, and whether that transport is traveling on the road that is supposed to travel on. Just the box back thingy, the box back
bus explosion,
truck
explosion. Yes.
The owner was saying the truck was not supposed to travel where it was supposed to travel. So the etolls, to an extent, according to them as a stakeholder also in this, they say they were assisting them to be able to track, to know where their assets are traveling. And to us ordinary citizens, it was hitting on our pockets. I mean, moving from Midrand into Johannesburg, you would have paid a lot of money. And these are the things that, as a provincial government, we're saying this is affecting us, and including all of us, and it's putting a strain on us as people of Gauteng. So there is a shortfall or a shortcoming with the system itself. But it doesn't mean the tolling system it's wrong. It's working for us where there's the traditional tolls are working for us. This assists us in ensuring that we also take a percentage of that money to maintain and upgrade the roads as we want them to be in a province like ours. So we are looking into that. There's also maintenance issues of roads. Some of these roads that we should be responsible for as a provincial government and as a national government. And that's why I say, when the time is right, we're going to communicate how are we going to go about it. The fact is, we need to make sure that roads in Gauteng are of good quality. We are able to upgrade the road network that we have, but looking at the population that we continue to attract and the vehicle population that we have in our province. So obviously there's a need for us to look into ways and mechanisms of ensuring that we do that. And obviously it will not be for free. We are not promoting non-payment of services. But this was one bad example for us as communities. And we need to start dialoguing. How are we going to go about it? What are the things that we need to do in ensuring that we upgrade the roads, we upgrade the public transport system, so that we avoid many cars and many vehicles on our roads. The other issues is issues of freight logistics. How do we make sure that we move the big trucks out of the roads? So
Yes.
those are the many things that we need to look into if we really want to be a world-class province. All of us must participate, all of us must be consulted, but make meaningful input. And we're calling upon society and communities of Gauteng, as and when there's consultations, please attend, please make your input. At least now we have transformed into making e-submissions. So participate, so that when we make a decision as a government, you are able to have participated, not to catch it up when now it's being implemented and you feel left out. So it's one of the lessons to all of us as communities, that we must be alert, check the messages, make our submissions when they are needed.
Yeah, participation is very important, because we can't just look at things from a one-sided way. But that's an old innovation. Good news for the travelers in the Gauteng province to say that innovation is out. But let's speak about the innovations that are coming in as of the 1st of April, the new number plates that have been introduced. Tell us about those. I know that not only are they there to bring in something different, but also to stop varieties of crime from taking place that involved motorists and vehicles. So tell us about these new number plates.
Remember, one of the things that the Premier pronounced when he took over in October 2022 was our strategy on combating crime. And this is one of our contribution as a Department of Roads and Transport. The new number plate, and how is it going to assist us on crime fighting in our province. For every criminal activity, a vehicle is used. Just the other day, I was on a roadblock, I think 2 days ago, on a roadblock in Heidelberg. And the things that are there, the things that we got to see, that you realize that a number plate really plays a role. There are instances where some of the cars we stopped, people had removed number plates, and these are people with guns in the cars. So you can see that our strategy is well aligned. It will be able to assist us to curb crime in our province, but also to be able to know who's on our roads, which cars are here. And remember, we have the highest population of vehicles as Gauteng, and we need to make sure that all cars are well licensed and all cars are roadworthy. So this new number plate system is going to assist us with that, the features in it, and we're working closely with the CSIR to develop. We worked with them to develop the prototype. We are now in the phase of rolling out. We're waiting for national. Again, remember, we are a unitary state. So we were waiting for them. We were just waiting for the Premier to sign off, because the whole country will be doing it anyway. So it's one thing, and that's why we will be encouraging people of Gauteng to transcend into the new number plate system. It will assist all of us, including them, in case of car theft, in case a vehicle is used in a criminal activity. It will be easily traceable. So
what makes
I think
this,
we should all participate and not want to participate in
Right.
Sure. What makes this number plate different? I mean, you're saying it's a new one. It's going to assist all those different dynamics. Tell us a little bit more about this number plate. What's incorporated within it that makes it a little bit different from the rest?
It is securitized. Initially, it has features that we will be able to trace a car with. Law enforcement agencies will, from the tips of their fingers, be able to just log in your registration number and be able to profile the car and the vehicle.
So it's almost like a digitalized way.
It's digitalized. Okay. But then also there has been a lot of fraudulent activities with the current system. Remember, as is now, we've got manufacturers, we've got embossers. And as Gauteng, we have our number plates. We use an aluminum material, but then there's those who have plastics. Those ones are illegal. You are not supposed to use them. There's numbers there. I wish I brought the prototype. There's numbers there that shows us who is the embosser, because embossers must be registered entities, people that are registered with the department to produce the number plates, as well as the manufacturers. So it's not everyone, and that's why you saw us as a department running workshops and trying to recruit people who have business interest in this. We have around 3 to 4 manufacturers of number plates in SADC.
Okay,
and that's a big business.
Wow, yeah.
Still not transformed. It's all white males. And that's why, as a department, we went out to try to encourage ordinary citizens in Gauteng to participate and to understand what does it take to be a number plate manufacturer. We use aluminum, like I said, aluminum that is produced from our soils in Africa and in South Africa especially, but then we get them from abroad. And those are the things, and the politics within the economic politics within the manufacturing of number plates. So it comes with a lot of opportunities to ordinary citizens. There's runners, people who willy-nilly, you can see them on the roads, selling number plates.
Yeah, well, I've seen a few of those.
You see, so that's what we're trying to protect, to say this is a number plate with security features, and it's not everybody who can produce it. So we've been doing that extensive work within those who have been in the sector and in the black market to say, come in and formalize yourselves, and these are the things and the steps that you need to follow. So, and hence I say that it's to our safety, especially as women. We are vulnerable to crime any time of the day, and this assists us a lot. I think will assist us a lot that the car theft, it happens everywhere, and anywhere we find ourselves. And a vehicle is used to commit crime, and we're trying to cap that as a provincial government.
Well, you know, it is so unfortunate that we didn't have a lot of time to have all the conversations we needed to. But the Gauteng province is the economic hub of South Africa, making the transport and logistics systems here of great importance. We still have issues with the taxi industry, you know, deaths in the taxi industry still happening, and a lot of logistical problems. The systems that people need to get around, like the train system, has been a huge issue in the past couple of years. So perhaps to sort of wrap it up, what are the new conversations happening within the MEC's office to assure that the economic hub of the country remains safe, but also remains, the infrastructure is built up to a level that is needed to control a hub like this?
We are a 9.4 billion department that is responsible for road infrastructure development. The roads that, as you see us doing, our provincial road network. And amongst others, we've been struggling, and we managed to turn around the department in that regard. We've been delaying to deliver roads on time. Now we are doing it and within cost. And like I said, we are a small province with a very big population, and the economic development of the province also relies on our mandate, making sure that the road infrastructure is of quality, and making sure that people are not trapped in traffic. And that's why you saw our predecessors coming with an idea of a Gautrain that we will be expanding from in this new financial year to other areas. The other issue, how do we make sure that the public transport is effective? You've seen us, we have what we call bus subsidy contracts. This is for like the PATCO, I see PATCO pass in there, like the PATCOs and the others that are providing public transport to Gauteng people, especially those who are in the low income brackets. The taxi industry, the role they play, they are transporting around 60% of people in our province, and we need them to really modernize and transform and make sure that they are able to provide the service qualitatively. So those are the things that we are working on. One of the things that we are trying to do was we have established what we call a Gauteng taxi industry platform, where we meet with both the major associations, Santago and JNTA, just to look into what projects can be implemented and how do we give support as a provincial government to that. There are other issues. I think I spoke about road infrastructure.
Yeah.
We're doing it very well now. We have...
Are you closing the potholes?
We're fixing potholes.
Okay.
We are fixing potholes. We are also venturing into municipal roads. We're working, rehabilitating municipal roads in Emfuleni. The Premier has committed himself that in his SOPA that we will go to other regions to help with rehabilitation of roads on municipal roads. So we're doing our best. We're just asking society and people of Gauteng to use the app to report the potholes.
Okay.
We're also partnering with the taxi industry to help us with it, because on a daily basis, they are the ones who are using various roads in different parts of our province.
Well,
so there's a whole lot that we are doing,
Yeah.
and there's a whole lot that we still need to do for people of Gauteng, and that's why we say they must continue voting the ANC so that we continue on the work that we used to. Thank you very much.
We see you, MEC. We see you there. How are you
Campaigning.
closing it off there? But it makes sense because it is around that time either way. We do have to wrap it up. Let's get you on the line in another time because there are so many issues that need to be expanded on. You spoke about an app that people definitely need to know about and other, transport issues that need to be expanded on. So perhaps for another time, it's 11:54 Central Africa time. Let's get our final sports news. We apologize, Figile, for being late, but of course, the MEC, we just needed to squeeze in a few more points there. Figile Nwati is standing by.